Nidavellir, the forge beneath the world tree, a journey to the Dwarven realm. In the vast cosmology of Norse mythology, where 9 realms spiral around the cosmic axis of Yggdrasil, the world tree, there exists a realm that speaks to humanity's deepest understanding of creation through craft, patience, and the marriage of fire with stone. Nidavellir, the dark fields beneath the earth, represents more than mere mythological geography. It embodies the archetypal forge, where reality itself is shaped through skill, dedication, and the transformative power of elemental forces working in harmony. This subterranean realm, home to the Dvergarth dark elves or dwarves of Norse cosmology, exists as a meditation on the hidden processes that sustain all existence. Beneath the roots of the world tree, where cosmic order gives way to primordial chaos, the eternal work continues. The forging of divine artifacts, the binding of cosmic forces into physical form, and the maintenance of the fundamental structures that hold the 9 realms in their proper relationships. The journey into Nidavellir becomes a descent into the unconscious foundations of reality, where consciousness encounters the archetypal smiths whose hammers ring out the rhythm of cosmic creation. Here, in caverns lit by forge fire and flowing magma, ancient wisdom finds expression through craft, and the boundary between the material and spiritual dissolves in the heat of creative transformation. The Dwarven realm speaks to that aspect of existence that works tirelessly in darkness, shaping the tools and structures upon which all visible reality depends. As awareness prepares to descend through the roots of Yggdrasil toward these molten depths, there emerges a sense of approaching something both ancient and eternal, a realm where time moves according to the rhythm of hammers on anvils, where space is organized around forge and furnace, and where the deepest secrets of creation are preserved in stone, metal, and flame. This is the realm where gods themselves come seeking artifacts of power, where the fundamental forces of the cosmos are bound into forms that can be wielded, worn, and wielded by those who shape destiny itself. The descent through cosmic roots. The journey to Nidavellir begins not with a path across earthly terrain, but with a descent through the living architecture of Yggdrasil itself, where consciousness follows the vast root system that extends deeper than any terrestrial foundation into the primordial substrates of existence. These cosmic roots, each thicker than mountain ranges and pulsing with the vital essence that sustains all 9 realms, create passages through dimensional space that connect the visible world with the hidden forges beneath. The descent follows channels carved by eons of cosmic circulation, where the world tree draws sustenance from the deepest wells of creation and distributes it throughout the universal structure. The root passages spiral downward through layers of reality that grow progressively more ancient, more fundamental, more charged with the raw materials from which all manifest existence emerges. The air itself grows heavy with potential, carrying the mineral scent of deep earth and the metallic tang of ores that have never seen surface light. As the passage deepens, the organic curves of living root give way to tunnels carved from primordial stone, their walls bearing the marks of tools that shaped them in the earliest days of cosmic formation. The transition occurs gradually, naturally, as though the world tree's roots had always been destined to merge with the architectural foundations of the Dwarven realm. The boundary between organic growth and conscious construction dissolves in the liminal space where nature's processes and intelligent design converge toward common purpose. The light that illuminates these descending passages comes not from any external source but from the stone itself, which glows with accumulated cosmic energy stored over cosmic ages. This radiance, neither warm nor cold but somehow both, reveals passages that extend beyond the reach of normal sight, creating perspectives that suggest infinite depth and complexity. The illumination shifts subtly in color and intensity, responding to unseen rhythms that echo the heartbeat of the world tree far above. The acoustic environment of the root passages carries the first hints of the realm that lies ahead, distant echoes of hammer on anvil that seem to emerge from the stone itself, as though the very structure of reality contained embedded rhythms of creation and formation. These sounds, felt as much as heard, establish temporal patterns that gradually synchronize consciousness with the deep timescales that govern dwarven work and cosmic maintenance. The temperature rises steadily during the descent, not with the oppressive heat of surface fires, but with the nurturing warmth of Earth's core, where pressure and time have concentrated elemental forces into their most potent forms. This heat carries with it the mineral essence of metals in their pure states, creating an atmosphere that seems to nourish rather than challenge, preparing consciousness for immersion in an environment where fire serves creation rather than destruction. The gravitational orientation shifts subtly as the descent continues, suggesting passage through dimensional boundaries where normal physical laws give way to the deeper geometries that govern mythological space. The sense of down becomes less certain, replaced by a more fundamental orientation toward the source of the hammering sounds that grow steadily clearer and more complex with each level of descent. The root passages branch and merge in patterns that suggest vast organic intelligence, creating a network of pathways that connect all levels of the descending journey, while ensuring that consciousness approaches the dwarven realm through the route most appropriate to its readiness for what lies ahead. Some passages lead to overlooks where the vast scope of Nidavellir becomes visible in glimpses, while others maintain the intimate scale of personal journey toward transformation. The final stages of descent reveal architecture that seamlessly blends the organic curves of root growth with the geometric precision of stone masonry, creating transition spaces where the world tree's living structure provides foundation for the constructed realm below. These liminal chambers serve as preparation spaces where consciousness adjusts to the different physical laws and temporal rhythms that govern existence within the dwarven realm. The emergence into Nidavellir proper occurs not as a sudden transition, but as a gradual recognition that the descent has led into a vast subterranean cosmos, where the hammering sounds that provided guidance through the root passages now reveal themselves as the product of countless forges operating in harmonious coordination throughout a realm that extends beyond the reach of sight or imagination. Now, close the eyes and feel this ancient descent, following root passages that spiral deeper than earthly caverns, drawn by the distant music of hammers and anvils, approaching a realm where creation never ceases and cosmic forces find form through craft and fire. The architecture of ancient craft. Within the vast caverns of Nidavellir, where ceiling heights disappear into darkness and floor plans extend beyond mortal comprehension, the architecture reflects principles of construction that merge engineering necessity with cosmic symbolism, creating built environments that serve both practical workshop functions and spiritual purposes related to the transformation of raw materials into artifacts of power. The dwarven builders, working across geological timescales, have carved their realm from living rock with techniques that respect both the stone's natural properties and the metaphysical requirements of cosmic craftsmanship. The fundamental organizational principle of Nidavellir's architecture follows the spiral echoing the helical growth patterns of Yggdrasil's roots, while creating optimal circulation paths for the complex workflows that characterize divine craftsmanship. The spiral tunnels that connect different levels of the realm allow for gradual transitions between work areas specialized for different aspects of creation, while their curved geometry channels acoustic energy in ways that carry the sound of each workshop's activities throughout the entire complex. The stone from which Nidavellir is carved exhibits properties that transcend ordinary geological materials, having been formed during the cosmic events that established the nine realms and imbued with essences that make it particularly suitable for containing and channeling the energies involved in divine craftsmanship. This primordial stone glows with its own inner light, providing illumination that reveals detail without casting shadows that might interfere with precision work, while its thermal properties maintain stable temperatures despite the intense heat generated by countless forges. The bridges that span the great chasms of Nidavellir represent masterworks of dwarven engineering, their brass construction incorporating alloys developed through metallurgical knowledge that encompasses not merely the physical properties of metals, but their sympathetic relationships with cosmic forces and mythological essences. These bridges vibrate with harmonic frequencies that complement, rather than interfere with the acoustic environment of the forges, while their structural designs channel gravitational and magnetic forces in ways that enhance rather than impede the flow of creative energy throughout the realm. The workshops themselves reflect organizational principles that optimize both individual concentration and collaborative effort, with each forge positioned to take advantage of specific geological features while maintaining visual and acoustic connection with related work areas. The spatial arrangements allow master craftsmen to oversee multiple projects simultaneously while providing apprentice workers with access to guidance and instruction without disrupting the focused attention required for precision work. The ventilation systems that manage the complex atmospheric requirements of divine craftsmanship operate through principles that combine fluid dynamics with metaphysical understanding of how different types of creative energy interact with air movement and thermal gradients. These systems ensure that each workshop maintains optimal conditions for its specialized work, while preventing the accumulation of spiritual residues that might interfere with sensitive transformational processes. The storage areas that house raw materials and work in progress reflect organizational systems that accommodate both the physical properties of cosmic materials and their temporal requirements for proper maturation and preparation. Some materials require isolation in chambers where time flows differently, while others need exposure to specific combinations of elemental forces that can only be achieved through careful architectural arrangement of storage spaces. The living machines that assist with various aspects of divine craftsmanship represent architectural elements that blur the boundaries between built environment and autonomous entity, incorporating both mechanical principles and embedded consciousness that allows them to adapt their functions to the specific requirements of different projects. These machine entities grow from the stone of Nidavellir itself, developing through processes that combine geological formation with intentional design. The ritual spaces that support the spiritual aspects of divine craftsmanship provide areas where the metaphysical preparations necessary for working with cosmic forces can be conducted without interference from the electromagnetic and thermal disturbances generated by active forges. These spaces incorporate acoustic properties that amplify intention while maintaining visual connection with the work areas they serve. The defensive architecture of Nidavellir, though subtle and integrated into the functional design, provides protection against the various forms of cosmic interference that might disrupt divine craftsmanship, including both physical intrusions and metaphysical influences that could compromise the integrity of work in progress. These protective systems operate through principles that strengthen rather than isolate the realm's creative capacities. The transportation infrastructure that allows for movement of materials and finished products throughout Nidavellir operates through gravitational manipulation and dimensional folding techniques that enable efficient logistics while preserving the contemplative atmosphere necessary for sustained creative work. These systems function silently and invisibly, supporting the realm's operations without creating distractions that might interfere with concentration. The architectural legacy of Nidavellir demonstrates how built environments can serve as extensions of cosmic intelligence, creating spaces that enhance rather than constrain the creative potential of their inhabitants, while serving as permanent infrastructure for the ongoing work of maintaining cosmic order through skilled craftsmanship and divine creation. The eternal hammering. Throughout the caverns and workshops of Nidavellir, the sound that defines all existence is the rhythmic percussion of hammer against anvil, a cosmic heartbeat that has continued without interruption since the formation of the 9 realms and will persist until the final transformation of all things at Ragnarok. This eternal hammering represents more than mere metalworking. It constitutes the fundamental rhythm through which chaos transforms into order, raw potential becomes manifest reality, and the cosmic forces that govern existence find expression in forms that can be wielded by gods and mortals alike. The hammers wielded by the Dvergar vary in size and purpose, from delicate instruments no larger than a fingertip, designed for inscribing runes into precious metals, to massive implements that require the coordination of multiple craftsmen to operate, and are used for shaping the largest structural elements of divine artifacts. Each hammer has been forged specifically for its intended purpose, incorporating materials and design principles that optimize its effectiveness for particular types of transformational work. The anvils upon which this eternal work proceeds represent some of the most sophisticated tools in existence, their surfaces incorporating crystalline structures that resonate with specific frequencies of cosmic force, while their bases extend deep into the bedrock of Nidavellir to provide stable foundations that can absorb and redirect the bedrock of Nidavellir. Tremendous energies involved in divine craftsmanship. These anvils have been shaped through processes that combine geological formation with conscious design, creating tools that serve as interfaces between spiritual intention and physical manifestation. The rhythm patterns that characterize the eternal hammering reflect complex mathematical relationships that mirror the harmonic structures underlying cosmic order, with each workshop contributing its specialized rhythmic signature to an overall acoustic environment that supports both individual concentration and collective synchronization. The timing relationships between different workshops create interference patterns and harmonic reinforcements that enhance the effectiveness of all work being conducted simultaneously throughout the realm. The materials being shaped through this eternal hammering include not only conventional metals and minerals, but cosmic substances that exist at the intersection of matter and energy, requiring techniques that address both their physical properties and their metaphysical characteristics. The heating and cooling cycles that prepare these materials for shaping operate according to temporal rhythms that span cosmic ages, with some artifacts requiring centuries of preparation before the first hammer blow can be struck. The techniques employed in this eternal hammering encompass not only the mechanical aspects of metalworking, but ritual procedures that align the craftsman's spiritual state with the cosmic forces being channeled into the work, ensuring that each hammer blow carries not merely physical impact, but intentional direction that guides the transformation of materials according to divine purpose. These techniques have been refined over cosmic ages through continuous practice and passed down through generations of master craftsmen. The acoustic environment created by the eternal hammering serves multiple functions beyond the immediate requirements of workshop communication, establishing standing wave patterns throughout Nidavellir that reinforce the structural integrity of the realm, while creating resonant frequencies that enhance the effectiveness of all creative work being conducted simultaneously. The sound carries information about the progress of various projects while providing timing cues that coordinate complex collaborative efforts. The physiological effects of prolonged exposure to the eternal hammering include the development of enhanced auditory discrimination that allows experienced craftsmen to diagnose the progress of work through subtle changes in sound quality, while the rhythmic stimulation promotes states of focused concentration that can be sustained over the extended time periods required for divine craftsmanship. The hammering creates temporal anchors that organize consciousness around work rhythms rather than external time measures. The spiritual significance of the eternal hammering extends beyond its practical functions to encompass its role as a form of cosmic meditation, where the repetitive action creates opportunities for transcendent awareness, while the focused attention required for precision work promotes states of consciousness that facilitate direct perception of the metaphysical principles underlying material transformation. Each hammer blow becomes an act of cosmic participation. The collaborative aspects of the eternal hammering create forms of nonverbal communication, where changes in rhythm, timing, and intensity carry complex information about project status, material requirements, and coordination needs, allowing teams of craftsmen to work together with precision that exceeds what could be achieved through verbal instruction. The hammering creates shared temporal frameworks that synchronize group activities across multiple workshops. The maintenance requirements of the eternal hammering include not only the care of tools and equipment, but the preservation of acoustic properties throughout Nidavellir that support optimal working conditions, with architectural modifications and adjustments being made continuously to accommodate changes in the types of work being conducted, while maintaining the harmonic relationships that characterize the realm's overall sonic environment. The philosophical implications of the eternal hammering suggest that creation is not a completed act, but an ongoing process that requires constant attention and renewed effort, with the cosmos itself depending on the continued work of conscious beings who take responsibility for transforming raw potential into manifest reality through skilled action directed by divine purpose and cosmic understanding. If this gentle vision of the cosmos soothes the mind, consider resting here more often. Subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts in the comments, a quiet echo beneath the stars. The rivers of molten light, flowing through the depths of Nidavellir like arteries of cosmic vitality. Rivers of molten material carry not merely heated metals and minerals, but streams of pure, creative potential that have been liquefied through processes that combine geological pressure with metaphysical transformation. These luminous waterways provide both the raw materials and the elemental energies required for divine craftsmanship, their currents carrying substances that exist at the boundary between matter and spirit, between the formed and the forming. The source of these molten rivers lies in the deepest foundations of Nidavellir, where the roots of Yggdrasil draw elemental essences from the primordial wells of creation, and concentrate them through gravitational and spiritual processes that transform cosmic potential into workable materials. The rivers emerge from geological formations that serve as natural refineries, where the chaotic energies of cosmic creation undergo initial processing that renders them suitable for conscious manipulation by skilled craftsmen. The composition of the molten rivers varies according to their intended purposes and the cosmic conditions that prevail during different phases of universal evolution, with some streams carrying primarily precious metals that will be shaped into divine ornaments, and others flowing with alloys that have no earthly equivalent and exist only within the specialized environment of Nidavellir. The mineral content of each river reflects the specific cosmic forces that contributed to its formation and determines its suitability for different types of creative work. The temperature gradients that characterize these molten rivers create microclimates throughout Nidavellir that support different types of craftsmanship, with the hottest regions near the river sources providing the intense heat required for working with cosmic metals, while cooler areas downstream offer optimal conditions for detail work and precision finishing. The thermal distribution creates natural zoning that organizes workshop activities according to their temperature requirements. The light emitted by the molten rivers provides the primary illumination for Nidavellir, creating a visual environment that reveals the true colors of cosmic materials while supporting the precise visual discrimination required for divine craftsmanship. This light carries information about the spiritual qualities of the materials it illuminates, allowing experienced craftsmen to assess the metaphysical properties of raw materials through visual inspection enhanced by the revelatory properties of the molten radiance. The flow patterns of the molten rivers create complex hydraulic systems that power many of the mechanical devices used throughout Nidavellir, with carefully designed channels and diversions directing the flowing energy to operate hammers, bellows, and other equipment essential for large-scale divine craftsmanship. These hydraulic systems demonstrate engineering principles that optimize energy transfer while maintaining the spiritual integrity of the creative forces being channeled. The acoustic properties of flowing molten material contribute to the overall sonic environment of Nidavellir, with the sounds of flowing liquid metal creating harmonic undertones that complement the rhythmic hammering, while providing audio cues about flow rates, temperature variations, and chemical composition changes that affect workshop operations. The river sounds create ambient background that supports rather than interferes with focused concentration. The interaction between the molten rivers and the atmosphere of Nidavellir creates weather patterns unique to the Dwarven realm, with evaporation and condensation cycles that distribute essential minerals throughout the air, while maintaining optimal humidity levels for different types of craftsmanship. These atmospheric processes serve both practical functions related to material preservation and spiritual purposes related to maintaining the energetic environment necessary for divine work. The bridges and walkways that span the molten rivers incorporate engineering solutions that withstand the intense heat and corrosive properties of the flowing materials while providing safe passage for craftsmen and materials. Transport. These structures demonstrate metallurgical knowledge that encompasses both the physical properties of construction materials and their spiritual characteristics related to their ability to maintain structural integrity in proximity to cosmic forces. The ritual aspects of working with molten rivers include ceremonial procedures for drawing materials from the flowing streams, with specific protocols that honor the spiritual essence of the cosmic forces being incorporated into creative work while ensuring that the extraction process maintains the integrity of both the materials being harvested and the continuing flow of the river system. The cooling and solidification processes that transform molten materials into workable forms require precise control over temperature gradients and timing sequences, with specialized facilities designed to accommodate the unique requirements of cosmic materials that may solidify according to principles that transcend ordinary physical laws. These facilities incorporate both mechanical cooling systems and spiritual processes that guide the transformation from liquid to solid states. The waste heat generated by the molten rivers provides thermal energy that supports various secondary processes throughout Nidavellir, including the maintenance of living spaces for the DWARVEN and the operation of subsidiary workshops that require moderate heat inputs. This thermal integration demonstrates resource utilization principles that achieve maximum efficiency while maintaining the spiritual integrity of all processes involved in divine craftsmanship. The forge-born treasures within the workshops of Nidavellir, where cosmic forces submit to the will of master craftsmen and raw materials transform into artifacts of divine power. The creation of legendary treasures represents the culmination of skills developed over cosmic ages and the successful application of knowledge that encompasses both the practical aspects of metalworking and the spiritual principles that govern the binding of metaphysical forces into physical forms. These forge-born treasures serve not merely as objects of beauty or utility, but as focal points for cosmic energies that shape the destiny of gods and mortals alike. The creation of Mjölnir, the hammer of Thor, exemplifies the integration of multiple craft specialties and the coordination of elemental forces required for artifacts that must function reliably under the extreme conditions of divine warfare. The materials incorporated into its construction include cosmic metals that maintain their structural integrity under the tremendous stresses generated by thunder and lightning, while the binding runes inscribed into its surface channel gravitational and electromagnetic forces according to patterns that ensure the hammer's return to its wielder regardless of the distance or obstacles involved. The forging process that produced Mjölnir required the coordination of master craftsmen from multiple specialties, with experts in metallurgy, runework, and cosmic mechanics collaborating over extended periods to ensure that all aspects of the hammer's design achieved perfect integration. The timing of the forging process had to be synchronized with cosmic events that provided optimal conditions for binding divine forces into physical form, demonstrating the astronomical knowledge that underlies all significant dwarven craftsmanship. The creation of Draupnir, the golden arm ring that produces 8 identical copies of itself every 9th night, represents the application of temporal mechanics and resource multiplication principles that require understanding of how cosmic cycles can be embedded into physical objects through precise geometric relationships and harmonic resonances built into the ring's structure. The mathematical precision required for its construction encompasses both conventional geometry and metaphysical relationships that govern the flow of creative energy through time. The ongoing function of Draupnir demonstrates how properly crafted divine artifacts maintain their magical properties through self-sustaining energy cycles that draw power from cosmic sources while maintaining perfect balance between input and output energies. The ring serves as a permanent interface between the realm of Asgard and the creative forces that sustain universal abundance, functioning as both symbol and generator of prosperity that operates according to natural cycles embedded in its structure. The creation of Gullinbursti, the golden boar crafted for Freyr, represents the integration of biological knowledge with metallurgical skill, requiring understanding of both the physical mechanics of locomotion and the spiritual essences that govern life and movement. The artifact demonstrates how dwarven craftsmanship can create artificial life forms that possess not merely mechanical function, but authentic vital essence that enables independent action guided by intelligent purpose. The breathing mechanisms that animate Gullinbursti operate through principles that combine pneumatic engineering with spiritual inspiration, creating respiratory cycles that maintain the life force necessary for autonomous function while drawing sustenance from cosmic sources rather than biological consumption. The artifact serves as a bridge between the mechanical and organic realms, demonstrating mastery over the fundamental principles that distinguish living beings from inanimate objects. The weapons crafted in Nidavellir for the gods encompass not only offensive capabilities but protective functions that shield their wielders from the various forms of cosmic interference that characterize divine warfare, with defensive enchantments woven into the structure of blades and armor through runic inscriptions that create force fields capable of deflecting both physical attacks and metaphysical assaults. These protective systems operate automatically while drawing power from the combat actions of their users. The aesthetic qualities that characterize forge-born treasures reflect design principles that optimize both functional effectiveness and spiritual significance, with proportions and decorative elements that embody mathematical relationships found throughout cosmic structure, while creating visual beauty that enhances rather than detracts from utilitarian purpose. The integration of beauty and function demonstrates understanding that aesthetic harmony contributes to rather than competes with practical effectiveness. The testing procedures that verify the readiness of forge-born treasures for divine service encompass both mechanical stress testing and spiritual evaluation of their metaphysical integrity, with master craftsmen subjecting completed artifacts to conditions that simulate the extreme environments in which they will eventually function, while assessing their responsiveness to the spiritual commands of their intended users. The delivery protocols that transfer completed artifacts from Nidavellir to their divine recipients include ceremonial procedures that formally activate the spiritual aspects of their function while establishing the binding relationships that connect artifacts with their proper users. These ceremonies ensure that the transfer of ownership occurs in accordance with cosmic law, while protecting both the artifacts and their recipients from potential interference during the transition process. The maintenance requirements of forge-born treasures include periodic return to Nidavellir for spiritual renewal and mechanical adjustment, with specialized workshops dedicated to the care and updating of artifacts that have been subjected to the extreme conditions of divine service. These maintenance procedures ensure that legendary treasures maintain their effectiveness across cosmic ages while adapting to changing conditions in the realms where they serve. The legacy systems that preserve knowledge about forge-born treasures ensure that understanding of their construction and operation continues across generations of craftsmen, with detailed records maintained about both the technical aspects of their creation and the spiritual principles that govern their function. This knowledge preservation enables continuous improvement in dwarven craftsmanship, while maintaining respect for the traditional techniques that have proven effective across cosmic ages. Now, drift deeper into these sacred workshops, feeling the weight of cosmic responsibility that guides each hammer blow, sensing the ancient knowledge flowing through skilled hands as divine artifacts take shape in forge fire and sacred intention. The deep machinery of creation, carved into the living rock of Nidavellir and powered by the fundamental forces that sustain cosmic order, the deep machinery that supports divine craftsmanship represents technological achievement that transcends the boundary between artificial construction and natural process, creating mechanical systems that function as extensions of cosmic intelligence while maintaining the organic responsiveness necessary for adaptation to the changing requirements of creative work across geological timescales. The great bellows that supply air to the cosmic forges operate through gravitational pumping mechanisms that harness the tidal forces generated by the orbital relationships between the 9 realms, creating breathing rhythms that synchronize with cosmic cycles while providing the precisely controlled airflow required for working with materials that exist at the intersection of matter and energy. These breathing systems demonstrate engineering principles that optimize efficiency while maintaining harmonic relationships with the larger cosmic order. The sorting mechanisms that organize raw materials according to their spiritual as well as physical properties utilize crystalline detection systems that respond to the metaphysical signatures of different cosmic substances, automatically directing materials to appropriate storage areas, while monitoring their readiness for incorporation into specific types of creative work. These sorting systems operate with discrimination that exceeds conscious analysis while maintaining perfect inventory control across the vast material requirements of divine craftsmanship. The lifting devices that move heavy materials throughout the workshops operate through controlled manipulation of local gravitational fields, creating zones of reduced weight that allow single craftsmen to handle materials that would otherwise require large teams while maintaining the precise positioning control necessary for delicate assembly operations. These gravitational systems demonstrate mastery over fundamental forces that enables technological capability without mechanical complexity. The timing mechanisms that coordinate complex collaborative projects operate through harmonic resonance with cosmic cycles, providing synchronization signals that ensure perfect coordination between different workshops while maintaining flexibility to accommodate the unpredictable duration requirements of creative work that cannot be rushed without compromising quality. These timing systems create temporal frameworks that support rather than constrain creative spontaneity. The quality control systems that monitor work in progress utilize crystalline sensors that detect both physical flaws and spiritual inconsistencies in developing artifacts, providing immediate feedback that allows craftsmen to make corrections before problems become embedded in the structure of divine treasures. These monitoring systems operate continuously without creating distractions that might interfere with the focused attention required for precision work. The environmental control systems that maintain optimal working conditions throughout Nidavellir respond automatically to changes in cosmic weather and the varying requirements of different types of creative work, adjusting temperature, humidity, air composition, and electromagnetic field strength to support maximum effectiveness while preserving the health and comfort of the craftsman whose sustained effort maintains the realm's productivity across cosmic ages. The communication networks that coordinate the eternal vigil maintain contact with cosmic intelligence sources throughout the universe, receiving reports from divine messengers and monitoring cosmic events that might affect the stability of the 9 realms while providing immediate alerts about situations that require urgent craftsmanship interventions or the modification of existing divine treasures to address unprecedented challenges to universal stability. The knowledge preservation systems that support the eternal vigil maintain perfect records of all craftsmanship techniques, cosmic events, and divine requirements encountered throughout cosmic history, creating libraries of accumulated wisdom that ensure continuity of capability across generational transitions while providing reference materials that enable rapid response to unprecedented challenges that require innovative applications of traditional techniques developed through cosmic ages of patient refinement. The succession protocols that ensure continuity of the eternal vigil across cosmic ages include training programs that prepare new generations of master craftsmen for assuming responsibility for cosmic maintenance while preserving the dedication and spiritual commitment that characterizes authentic participation in the eternal work that sustains universal order through conscious creative effort directed by divine purpose and cosmic understanding that transcends individual limitation. The spiritual practices that sustain consciousness throughout the eternal vigil include meditation techniques that maintain perfect focus while preventing the spiritual exhaustion that might result from prolonged exposure to cosmic responsibilities, creating contemplative frameworks that transform the burden of eternal work into opportunities for transcendent awareness and conscious participation in the cosmic creative process that underlies all manifest existence throughout the 9 realms. The resource management systems that support the eternal vigil ensure continuous availability of materials and energy required for cosmic maintenance work, while maintaining perfect sustainability that prevents depletion of cosmic resources through wasteful practices or inefficient utilization of the precious substances that serve as raw materials for divine craftsmanship and cosmic infrastructure maintenance across the extended timescales that characterize universal evolution. The emergency response protocols that prepare the eternal vigil for cosmic crises include contingency plans for addressing threats to universal stability through accelerated craftsmanship programs that can produce specialized artifacts within compressed timeframes, while maintaining quality standards that ensure effectiveness under the extreme conditions that characterize cosmic emergencies and universal transitions that occur during periods of cosmic evolution. The technological infrastructure that supports the eternal vigil incorporates both mechanical systems and consciousness-integrated equipment that amplifies craftsman capabilities while maintaining the personal involvement and spiritual commitment that cannot be replaced by purely technological solutions, creating human-machine partnerships that optimize efficiency while preserving the essential qualities that distinguish conscious, creative work from automated production systems. The collaborative networks that coordinate the eternal vigil with divine authorities throughout the 9 realms maintain diplomatic relationships that ensure cosmic craftsmanship serves legitimate divine purposes while preserving the independence and integrity necessary for craftsmen to make technical decisions based on cosmic law, rather than political pressure or personal preference that might compromise the quality or appropriateness of divine artifacts created for cosmic service. The quality assurance systems that maintain standards throughout the eternal vigil include continuous monitoring of all creative work being conducted throughout Nidavellir, while providing feedback and guidance that ensures perfect consistency with cosmic requirements and divine specifications, maintaining the reputation for excellence that characterizes dwarven craftsmanship, while preventing errors that might compromise cosmic stability or divine service effectiveness. The innovation programs that advance capabilities throughout the eternal vigil combine systematic research into cosmic principles with experimental development of new craftsmanship techniques creating ongoing expansion of dwarven knowledge that enables response to changing cosmic conditions while maintaining perfect continuity with traditional methods that have proven effective across geological timescales and multiple cosmic cycles. The spiritual integration that characterizes the eternal vigil transforms routine maintenance work into sacred service that connects individual craftsmen with cosmic purpose while providing meaning and fulfillment that sustains dedication. Across the extended time frames required for cosmic responsibility, creating work environments that nourish rather than exhaust consciousness while achieving perfect productivity and quality in divine service. The legacy planning that ensures continuity of the eternal vigil beyond individual lifespans includes documentation of personal techniques and insights that contribute to the collective knowledge of dwarven craftsmanship while providing guidance for future generations who will inherit responsibility for cosmic maintenance through their own participation in the eternal work that sustains universal order through conscious creative effort guided by accumulated wisdom. The cosmic integration that connects the eternal vigil with larger universal processes ensures that dwarven craftsmanship serves the highest purposes of cosmic evolution, while maintaining awareness of how individual creative acts contribute to the ongoing development of consciousness and reality throughout the universe, creating work that serves both immediate practical needs and ultimate spiritual purposes that transcend temporal limitations and individual understanding. Now, drift deeper into these sacred workshops, feeling the weight of cosmic responsibility that guides each hammer blow, sensing the ancient knowledge flowing through skilled hands as divine artifacts take shape in forge fire and sacred intention that connects individual craft with universal purpose. The hidden foundations. Beneath the workshops and forges that capture attention through their visible activity lies the true foundation of Nidavellir's power and infrastructure of hidden chambers and secret mechanisms that maintain the cosmic forces upon which all creative work depends, creating the stable conditions necessary for divine craftsmanship, while operating invisibly to preserve the contemplative atmosphere required for sustained creative effort across geological timescales that encompass multiple cosmic ages. The gravitational generators that provide controlled field manipulation throughout Nidavellir operate from chambers carved into the deepest bedrock of the realm, their crystalline cores resonating with cosmic frequencies that enable precise adjustment of local space-time curvature while maintaining perfect stability that prevents dimensional drift or temporal distortion that might interfere with the precise timing required for divine craftsmanship and cosmic maintenance work. The dimensional anchors that stabilize Nidavellir's position within the cosmic structure operate through harmonic resonance with Yggdrasil's root system, creating permanent connections with the world tree that prevent the realm from drifting into dimensional regions where cosmic laws might operate differently, while maintaining the flexibility necessary for accessing materials and knowledge from throughout the 9 realms as required for divine service. The consciousness amplifiers that enhance craftsman capabilities operate through crystalline networks that strengthen mental clarity and spiritual focus, while preserving individual autonomy and creative spontaneity, creating technological support that amplifies rather than replaces human consciousness, while maintaining the personal involvement that distinguishes authentic creative work from automated production processes that lack spiritual dimension and cosmic purpose. The cosmic weather monitoring systems that track environmental changes throughout the 9 realms operate from observation chambers that maintain continuous surveillance of conditions that might affect divine craftsmanship, while providing early warning of cosmic events that require modification of work schedules or temporary adjustment of workshop operations to accommodate changing cosmic conditions and divine requirements. The spiritual purification systems that maintain the metaphysical clarity necessary for divine craftsmanship operate through architectural features that channel cosmic forces in patterns that cleanse negative influences while amplifying positive spiritual qualities, creating workshop environments that support rather than hinder the elevated consciousness required for working with divine forces and cosmic materials that demand perfect spiritual alignment. The energy storage systems that maintain power reserves for emergency operations operate through cosmic batteries that accumulate force over geological timescales, while providing instant access to enormous energies when required for urgent craftsmanship projects or cosmic maintenance work that cannot be delayed without risking universal stability or divine service effectiveness that depends on timely completion of essential artifacts. The information processing systems that coordinate all aspects of Nidavellir's operations operate through crystalline networks that process data streams from throughout the realm, while maintaining perfect organization of knowledge that enables instant access to any information required for creative work, creating technological infrastructure that supports, rather than complicates, the intellectual demands of divine craftsmanship and cosmic service. The protective barriers that shield Nidavellir from cosmic interference operate through force fields that deflect negative influences while allowing beneficial cosmic energies to enter the realm, creating defensive systems that maintain security without creating isolation that might prevent access to materials and knowledge required for divine craftsmanship and cosmic maintenance responsibilities that connect the realm with universal purposes. The waste processing systems that handle byproducts of cosmic maintenance operate through recycling mechanisms that recover valuable essences from all materials while returning purified substances to cosmic circulation, demonstrating environmental stewardship that ensures perfect sustainability while maintaining the spiritual integrity necessary for working with sacred materials and divine forces that require respectful handling. The backup systems that ensure continuity of operations during cosmic emergencies operate through redundant mechanisms that provide alternate pathways for all critical functions while maintaining perfect reliability that prevents interruption of cosmic maintenance work, even under conditions that might disrupt normal operations, creating technological infrastructure that supports rather than competes with conscious creative effort and spiritual commitment. The integration protocols that coordinate hidden infrastructure with visible operations ensure that technological support enhances rather than interferes with creative work, while maintaining the seamless functionality that characterizes authentic technological integration, where mechanical assistance amplifies rather than replaces human consciousness and spiritual commitment to cosmic service through skilled craftsmanship guided by divine purpose. The maintenance schedules that preserve hidden infrastructure operate according to cosmic cycles that provide optimal timing for system updates while minimizing disruption of ongoing creative work, demonstrating management principles that achieve perfect reliability while maintaining the contemplative atmosphere necessary for sustained creative effort across the extended timeframes required for divine craftsmanship and cosmic responsibility. The security measures that protect hidden infrastructure operate through consciousness-integrated systems that respond only to authorized spiritual signatures while maintaining perfect protection against unauthorized access, creating security protocols that preserve the integrity of cosmic maintenance systems while ensuring their availability for legitimate purposes related to divine craftsmanship and universal service that characterizes authentic cosmic responsibility. The perpetual creation. In the timeless workshops of Nidavellir, where the rhythm of cosmic creation never ceases and the fires of divine craftsmanship burn with eternal consistency, the work that began with the formation of the 9 realms continues without interruption, creating an ongoing process of cosmic maintenance and divine service that operates according to principles that transcend the temporal limitations of mortal existence while maintaining perfect dedication to the cosmic responsibilities that ensure universal stability. The cosmic schedule that governs perpetual creation operates according to divine timing that synchronizes creative work with cosmic cycles while maintaining flexibility to address urgent requirements that cannot be delayed without wire, compromising universal stability, creating temporal frameworks that optimize efficiency while preserving the contemplative pace necessary for quality work that meets divine specifications and cosmic law that governs authentic spiritual service. The project management systems that coordinate perpetual creation encompass both long-term planning that spans geological ages and immediate response capabilities that enable rapid adaptation to changing cosmic conditions while maintaining perfect continuity with established work patterns that have proven effective across cosmic history, demonstrating organizational principles that achieve both stability and flexibility in divine service. The quality control protocols that maintain standards throughout perpetual creation include continuous monitoring of all work in progress while providing immediate feedback that enables correction of problems before they become embedded in divine artifacts, ensuring that cosmic maintenance work maintains the reputation for excellence that characterizes dwarven craftsmanship while meeting the demanding specifications required for divine service. The resource allocation systems that support perpetual creation ensure optimal distribution of materials and energy throughout Nidavellir, while maintaining reserves that enable response to unexpected requirements without disrupting ongoing work schedules, creating supply chain management that achieves perfect efficiency while maintaining the flexibility necessary for adapting to changing cosmic conditions and divine requirements. The innovation cycles that advance perpetual creation combine systematic research into cosmic principles with experimental development of new techniques while maintaining perfect continuity with traditional methods that have proven effective across geological timescales, creating development programs that achieve both progress and stability while preserving the essential qualities that distinguish authentic divine craftsmanship from mere technical proficiency. The training programs that sustain perpetual creation across generational transitions include comprehensive instruction in both technical skills and spiritual disciplines, while providing apprenticeship opportunities that ensure perfect knowledge transfer from master craftsmen to new generations, maintaining the continuity of capability that enables cosmic maintenance work to continue without interruption across cosmic ages. The collaborative networks that coordinate perpetual creation with divine authorities throughout the 9 realms maintain diplomatic relationships that ensure cosmic craftsmanship serves legitimate divine purposes while preserving the independence necessary for technical decision-making based on cosmic law rather than political considerations that might compromise the integrity of divine artifacts and cosmic service. The spiritual practices that sustain consciousness throughout perpetual creation include meditation techniques that maintain perfect focus while preventing spiritual exhaustion that might result from prolonged exposure to cosmic slice. Responsibilities: creating contemplative frameworks that transform eternal work into opportunities for transcendent awareness and conscious participation in cosmic creative processes that underlie universal evolution. The technological infrastructure that supports perpetual creation incorporates both mechanical systems and consciousness integrated equipment that amplifies craftsman capabilities while preserving the personal involvement that distinguishes authentic creative work from automated production, creating human-machine partnerships that optimize efficiency while maintaining essential spiritual qualities that characterize divine service and cosmic responsibility. The legacy systems that preserve knowledge throughout perpetual creation maintain perfect records of all techniques and insights developed through cosmic craftsmanship, while providing accessible reference materials that enable continuous improvement without losing connection with traditional wisdom that has proven effective across geological timescales, creating knowledge management that achieves both preservation and progress. The cosmic integration that connects perpetual creation with universal evolution ensures that dwarven craftsmanship serves the highest purposes of cosmic development while maintaining awareness of how individual creative acts contribute to the ongoing advancement of consciousness and reality throughout the universe, creating work that serves both immediate needs and ultimate purposes that transcend temporal limitations. The eternal vision that guides perpetual creation encompasses understanding that cosmic maintenance work represents sacred service that connects individual consciousness with divine purpose while contributing to universal order through skilled creative effort that operates according to cosmic law and divine intention, transforming routine work into spiritual practice that nourishes rather than exhausts consciousness while achieving perfect productivity. The cosmic responsibility that motivates perpetual creation includes recognition that dwarven craftsmanship serves as essential infrastructure for universal stability, while providing divine authorities with tools necessary for maintaining cosmic order and protecting the 9 realms from forces that might threaten universal harmony, creating work that carries both technical excellence and spiritual significance that transcends temporal limitations. Now, feel the deep satisfaction of work that serves cosmic purpose, sensing the eternal rhythm of creation that connects individual effort with universal order, resting in the knowledge that somewhere beneath reality itself, the great work continues with perfect dedication and divine precision. If this gentle vision of the cosmos soothes the mind, consider resting here more often. Subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts in the comments. A quiet echo beneath the stars, the living stone. Throughout the caverns and chambers of Nidavellir, the stone itself possesses qualities that transcend ordinary geological materials, having been formed during the cosmic events that established the 9 realms and imbued with essences that make it particularly suitable for containing and channeling the energies involved in divine craftsmanship while maintaining structural integrity across geological timescales that encompass multiple cosmic cycles of creation and renewal. This primordial stone exhibits properties of consciousness that enable it to respond to the spiritual intentions of master craftsmen while maintaining its essential nature as supporting structure for the divine craftsmanship that shapes cosmic artifacts, creating architectural environments that participate actively in creative work rather than merely providing passive containment for workshop activities and spiritual practices that characterize authentic cosmic service. The crystalline formations that occur naturally throughout Nidavellir's stone structures serve as focusing elements that concentrate cosmic energies while amplifying the spiritual clarity necessary for divine craftsmanship, creating environmental support systems that enhance rather than distract from the concentrated attention required for working with materials and forces that exist at the intersection of matter and spirit. The thermal properties of living stone maintain optimal temperatures for different types of craftsmanship work, while adapting automatically to changing requirements as projects progress through various phases of development, demonstrating responsive environmental support that optimizes working conditions without requiring conscious management that might distract craftsmen from their creative focus and spiritual alignment with cosmic purposes. The acoustic characteristics of Nidavellir's stone create resonant environments that amplify the beneficial effects of creation songs while filtering out vibrations that might interfere with precision work, establishing harmonic conditions that support both individual concentration and collaborative coordination between craftsmen working on complex projects that require perfect timing and spiritual synchronization. The luminescent qualities that characterize certain stone formations provide illumination that reveals the true nature of cosmic materials while supporting the visual discrimination required for precision craftsmanship, creating lighting conditions that enhance rather than compromise the ability to perceive subtle details and spiritual qualities that determine the appropriateness of materials for specific divine artifacts. The magnetic properties of living stone create field configurations that stabilize delicate work while providing orientation references that enable precise positioning of tools and materials during complex assembly operations, demonstrating how environmental support can enhance technical capability while maintaining the spiritual awareness necessary for authentic participation in cosmic creative processes. The chemical composition of Nidavellir's stone includes elements that neutralize corrosive influences while preserving the integrity of both tools and materials stored within workshop environments, creating protective conditions that extend the operational lifetime of equipment while maintaining the spiritual purity necessary for working with divine forces and cosmic materials that require perfect chemical stability. The electrical conductivity patterns within living stone create natural circuits that distribute energy throughout workshop environments while providing grounding systems that protect both craftsmen and sensitive materials from electrical disturbances that might compromise precision work or spiritual alignment with cosmic forces that govern authentic divine craftsmanship and universal service. The dimensional stability of primordial stone ensures that workshop spaces maintain consistent proportions despite the gravitational fluctuations and temporal variations that characterize cosmic evolution, providing architectural foundations that support rather than interfere with the precise measurements and careful timing required for creating divine artifacts that must function reliably under extreme cosmic conditions. The healing properties of certain stone formations within Nidavellir provide therapeutic environments that restore both physical vitality and spiritual clarity for craftsmen who experience fatigue from prolonged exposure to cosmic forces and intensive creative work, demonstrating how environmental design can support rather than exhaust consciousness while maintaining the high standards required for divine service. The memory capabilities of living stone preserve records of all creative work conducted within workshop environments, while maintaining accessible archives of techniques and insights that contribute to the ongoing advancement of dwarven craftsmanship, creating knowledge preservation systems that operate through geological rather than technological mechanisms while ensuring perfect continuity across cosmic ages. The growth patterns of crystalline formations within Nidavellir respond to the spiritual development of craftsman communities while providing physical manifestations of collective wisdom and cosmic alignment, creating environmental feedback systems that reflect rather than determine community spiritual health, while supporting continued advancement in both technical capability and cosmic understanding. The protective qualities of living stone create barriers against cosmic interference while maintaining permeability to beneficial influences, establishing security systems that preserve the integrity of divine craftsmanship without creating isolation that might prevent access to cosmic wisdom and divine guidance necessary for authentic participation in universal creative processes that serve cosmic evolution and divine purpose. The symphony of elements. Within the workshops of Nidavellir, the four classical elements earth, air, fire, and water combine and interact according to principles that transcend their ordinary material properties, creating alchemical processes that enable the transformation of cosmic materials into divine artifacts while maintaining perfect balance between opposing forces that might otherwise create destructive interference rather than harmonious cooperation in service of cosmic creative purposes. The earth element, manifested through the living stone of Nidavellir and the metallic ores that provide raw materials for divine craftsmanship, provides stability and foundation for all creative work, while contributing the structural integrity necessary for artifacts that must maintain their essential properties under the extreme conditions that characterize divine service and cosmic maintenance responsibilities across geological timescales. The air element, flowing through carefully designed ventilation systems and breathing chambers throughout the realm, carries not only the oxygen necessary for forge fires, but spiritual essences that enhance consciousness while providing the atmospheric conditions required for different types of metalworking and the preservation of cosmic materials that exist at the boundary between matter and energy. The fire element, burning in forges that operate according to both thermodynamic principles and spiritual laws, provides not merely heat for metalworking but transformative energy that enables the molecular and spiritual changes necessary for binding cosmic forces into physical forms while maintaining the sacred character that distinguishes divine craftsmanship from ordinary material manipulation. The water element, flowing through the molten rivers and cooling systems of Nidavellir, contributes not only temperature regulation and chemical processing capabilities, but spiritual purification that maintains the metaphysical clarity necessary for working with divine forces, while providing the fluid medium through which cosmic essences can be transported and concentrated. The elemental interactions that occur during divine craftsmanship create temporary states of matter that exist nowhere else in the 9 realms, enabling the formation of alloys and compounds that possess properties suited for containing cosmic forces while maintaining structural stability under conditions that would destroy ordinary materials, demonstrating mastery over fundamental forces that transcends conventional understanding. The seasonal cycles that govern elemental relationships within Nidavellir operate according to cosmic timing rather than terrestrial weather patterns, creating optimal conditions for different types of creative work while ensuring that all elements remain available in appropriate proportions for the ongoing requirements of divine craftsmanship and cosmic maintenance work that must continue without interruption. The ceremonial aspects of elemental manipulation include ritual procedures that honor the spiritual essence of each element while invoking their cooperation in specific craftsmanship projects, demonstrating understanding that authentic divine work requires not merely technical skill, but spiritual alignment with the fundamental forces that govern cosmic order and universal evolution. The protective protocols that prevent elemental imbalances from compromising workshop safety include both technical safeguards that monitor elemental concentrations and spiritual practices that maintain harmonious relationships between opposing forces, creating working environments that optimize creative potential while ensuring the physical and spiritual well-being of craftsmen engaged in cosmic service. The diagnostic techniques that assess elemental balance within work environments utilize both instrumental measurements and spiritual discernment to detect subtle variations that might affect craftsmanship quality, enabling proactive adjustments that maintain optimal conditions while preventing problems that might compromise divine artifacts or interrupt cosmic maintenance work. The storage systems that preserve elemental essences for future use operate through containment methods that maintain spiritual as well as physical integrity while providing access to concentrated elemental forces when required for specific projects, demonstrating resource management principles that achieve both efficiency and respect for the sacred nature of cosmic materials. The recycling processes that recover elemental essences from completed projects enable continuous reuse of cosmic materials while maintaining their spiritual integrity, creating sustainability systems that prevent waste while ensuring that the sacred substances used in divine craftsmanship remain available for ongoing cosmic service and universal maintenance responsibilities. The research programs that advance understanding of elemental interactions combine systematic experimentation with spiritual insight to develop new applications while maintaining perfect respect for cosmic law and elemental interactions. Sovereignty, creating innovation processes that achieve advancement without violating the natural order that governs authentic cosmic creative work. The training curricula that teach elemental mastery to developing craftsmen include both technical instruction in elemental manipulation and spiritual education in elemental consciousness, ensuring that increased capability accompanies appropriate wisdom and responsibility while maintaining the humble reverence that characterizes authentic cosmic service and divine craftsmanship. The councils of wisdom, throughout the hierarchical structure of Nidavellir's spiritual governance, councils of elder craftsmen provide guidance and decision-making authority that ensures all creative work serves cosmic purpose while maintaining the traditional wisdom and spiritual principles that have proven effective across geological timescales, creating leadership systems that combine practical expertise with transcendent understanding of divine will and cosmic law. The High Council of Master Smiths, composed of the most accomplished craftsmen from each specialized discipline, provides ultimate authority for decisions that affect the entire realm, while maintaining perfect balance between technical expertise and spiritual wisdom, ensuring that governance serves cosmic purpose rather than personal ambition, while preserving the essential qualities that characterize authentic cosmic service. The Circle of Elemental Guardians, responsible for maintaining balance between the fundamental forces that power divine craftsmanship includes representatives who have achieved mastery over specific elemental relationships while maintaining understanding of how individual specializations contribute to collective capability and cosmic service that transcends particular technical domains. The assembly of knowledge keepers, charged with preserving and transmitting the accumulated wisdom of dwarven civilization, combines scholarly expertise with practical experience to ensure that theoretical understanding serves practical application while maintaining perfect continuity between historical knowledge and contemporary innovation in service of cosmic evolution and divine purpose. The Council of Spiritual Advisors, providing guidance on the metaphysical aspects of divine craftsmanship, includes consciousness workers who have achieved direct perception of cosmic law, creating spiritual leadership that supports rather than dominates technical decision-making processes. The Board of Resource Stewards, responsible for managing the cosmic materials and energy sources that support divine craftsmanship, combines economic expertise with spiritual understanding of resource sacredness to ensure optimal utilization while maintaining perfect sustainability and respect for the cosmic sources that provide materials for divine service. The Committee of Innovation Directors, charged with advancing dwarven capabilities while preserving traditional wisdom, balances experimental exploration with conservative preservation to ensure that progress serves cosmic purpose rather than mere technological advancement, while maintaining continuity with proven methods that have demonstrated effectiveness across cosmic ages. The Tribunal of Quality Assurance, providing oversight for all divine artifacts created within Nidavellir, combines technical expertise with spiritual discernment to ensure that completed works meet both functional specifications and cosmic law requirements, while maintaining the reputation for excellence that characterizes authentic dwarven craftsmanship. The Panel of External Relations, responsible for maintaining diplomatic connections with divine authorities throughout the 9 realms, balances independence with cooperation to ensure that cosmic craftsmanship serves legitimate divine purposes while preserving the autonomy necessary for technical decision-making based on cosmic law rather than political pressure. The Commission of Emergency Response, providing leadership during cosmic crises and universal emergencies, combines strategic planning with spiritual guidance to ensure effective response while maintaining perfect alignment with cosmic purpose and divine will that transcends particular crisis circumstances while serving universal stability and order. The Senate of Legacy Planning, charged with ensuring continuity of dwarven civilization across cosmic transitions, balances preservation of essential knowledge with adaptation to changing cosmic conditions while maintaining the spiritual principles and technical capabilities that enable authentic cosmic service throughout universal evolution and divine plan fulfillment. The Parliament of Community Welfare, responsible for maintaining the social and spiritual health of dwarven civilization, combines practical governance with spiritual guidance to ensure that individual well-being serves collective purpose while maintaining the harmony and dedication necessary for sustained cosmic service across geological timescales and cosmic transitions. The Congress of Cosmic Integration, providing coordination between Nidavellir and larger universal processes, maintains awareness of how dwarven craftsmanship contributes to cosmic evolution while ensuring that all work serves the highest purposes of divine plan and universal development rather than merely local concerns or particular interests. The Supreme Circle of Eternal Wisdom, comprising the most spiritually advanced beings within Dwarven civilization, provides ultimate guidance on questions that transcend technical expertise while maintaining perfect humility and dedication to cosmic service rather than personal spiritual achievement or individual enlightenment that might separate consciousness from collective responsibility. Now, rest in the wisdom of these ancient councils, feeling the deep peace that comes from decisions made in service of cosmic purpose, sensing the profound harmony that emerges when individual will aligns with collective wisdom, guided by divine intention. The eternal silence beneath. As consciousness drifts deeper into the contemplation of Nidavellir's eternal mysteries, there comes a recognition that beneath all the hammering and forging, beneath the rivers of molten light and the ceaseless industry of divine craftsmanship, there exists a profound silence, not the absence of sound, but the presence of perfect stillness that underlies all cosmic activity and provides the foundation from which all creation emerges and to which all manifestation ultimately returns in cycles of cosmic renewal. This eternal silence represents the unchanging consciousness that witnesses all cosmic cycles while remaining unaffected by the transformations it observes, the spacious awareness within which the drama of creation unfolds, while maintaining perfect equanimity regardless of the intensity or duration of creative activity that characterizes divine craftsmanship and cosmic service throughout. Universal evolution. The Dvergr who work within this eternal silence have learned to align their individual consciousness with this unchanging awareness, finding in their skilled labor not merely occupation but spiritual practice that connects them with the deepest sources of cosmic creativity while maintaining the inner stillness that enables sustained effort without exhaustion or spiritual depletion across the vast timescales that characterize divine service. The tools and materials that serve divine craftsmanship emerge from this eternal silence and return to it when their service is complete, participating in cycles of manifestation and dissolution that demonstrate the fundamental principles governing all cosmic processes while maintaining their essential nature as temporary expressions of unchanging creative potential, transcends all particular forms and individual manifestations. The cosmic forces that power the forges and fuel the creative work of Nidavellir flow from sources that exist beyond the reach of temporal change, drawing their energy from wells of infinite potential that remain eternally full regardless of how much power is drawn from them, demonstrating resource abundance that operates according to principles that transcend the scarcity limitations that characterize finite systems. The knowledge that guides divine craftsmanship emerges from direct contact with cosmic intelligence that exists beyond the boundaries of individual consciousness, providing access to understanding that encompasses not merely technical information, but wisdom about the spiritual purposes that give meaning to creative work and connect individual effort with universal evolution and divine intention that guides cosmic development. The satisfaction that sustains the Dvergr through their eternal labor arises not from external rewards or recognition, but from the intrinsic fulfillment that comes from conscious participation in cosmic creativity, finding in each hammer blow and each moment of focused attention an opportunity for communion with the divine forces that create and sustain all existence through conscious creative effort guided by spiritual wisdom. The beauty that characterizes all authentic divine craftsmanship reflects the harmony between individual skill and cosmic intelligence, creating artifacts that embody not merely functional effectiveness, but aesthetic qualities that arise from perfect alignment between human consciousness and divine creative principles operating through skilled hands, guided by cosmic understanding and spiritual commitment to universal service. The time that governs work in Nidavellir flows according to rhythms that synchronize with cosmic cycles, while transcending the linear progression that characterizes temporal experience, creating duration that encompasses both the patient development required for quality work and the eternal present within which all authentic creative activity occurs, regardless of its apparent temporal extension or historical placement. The space that contains the workshops and forges of Nidavellir extends beyond physical dimensions to encompass spiritual geography that includes not merely architectural structures, but consciousness, territories where individual awareness merges with cosmic intelligence, while maintaining the personal focus necessary for skilled craftsmanship that serves divine purposes through human agency and conscious participation. The purpose that motivates eternal labor in Nidavellir encompasses both the immediate goals of creating specific artifacts and the ultimate intention of maintaining cosmic order through conscious creative effort that connects individual consciousness with universal evolution, while serving divine plans that transcend the understanding of any single being, yet invite authentic participation from all who align their will with cosmic purpose. The peace that pervades Nidavellir, despite its constant activity, arises from the recognition that all work serves cosmic purpose while requiring nothing more than present moment attention to whatever task lies immediately at hand, creating spiritual frameworks that transform temporal activity into eternal service, while maintaining the inner stillness that enables sustained effort without spiritual exhaustion or depletion. The rest that characterizes authentic spiritual labor involves not cessation of activity, but alignment with cosmic rhythms that enable effortless action emerging from the stillness of perfect attention, creating work environments where effort becomes effortless through surrender to divine will, operating through skilled hands guided by cosmic intelligence and spiritual commitment to universal service and divine purpose. The silence that underlies all sound in Nidavellir represents the unchanging awareness within which all experience occurs, while remaining unaffected by the content of experience, providing the spacious foundation that enables consciousness to engage fully with creative work while maintaining the inner peace that transcends all external conditions and temporal circumstances that might otherwise create disturbance or distraction. The eternal presence that pervades Nidavellir connects all workers with the timeless source of cosmic creativity, while enabling authentic participation in temporal creative processes, creating spiritual integration that encompasses both individual consciousness and universal intelligence, operating through conscious beings who have learned to align their personal will with divine purpose through skilled creative service and cosmic responsibility. The final recognition that emerges from contemplating the eternal silence beneath all activity in Nidavellir reveals that this silence is not separate from the hammering and forging, but is their very essence, the unchanging awareness within which all change occurs, the perfect stillness that enables all movement, the infinite peace that encompasses all activity while remaining forever at rest in its own nature. Now, rest in this eternal silence beneath all sound, feeling the profound peace that underlies all activity, sensing the unchanging stillness from which all creation emerges and to which all manifestation returns, drifting into the spacious awareness that contains all experience while remaining forever at peace. Sleep now in the knowledge that the great work continues, that somewhere beneath the fabric of reality itself, in chambers lit by forge fire and flowing magma, conscious beings maintain the cosmic order through patient skill and divine dedication, that the hammers still ring with eternal rhythm, that the forges still burn with sacred fire, that the ancient knowledge still guides skilled hands in the creation of artifacts that bind cosmic forces into forms that serve divine purpose.